I'm going to do a review of some metal detecting gear, which I know you use outside. It's windy and cold and rainy out, but I'm going to review it inside my studio. It's going to be okay. We're going to get through this together. Hi, this is Damien for MD Gear, and I want to finally get around to unboxing this TRX pinpointer that Heath from Treasure Mountain Detectors sent me to review. There's where you call, folks. Call those guys up, talk to Ed or talk to Heath. They'll give you a great deal. So let's unbox this great thing. First thing out of the box, looks like a holder for 2 AA batteries. And not sure what that is. We'll see what that is in a minute. All right, looks very nice. So you get your belt holster just like you do with Garrett's. Great way to quick stick it on your belt. The loop in the back, you can attach a lanyard, which would go then on the top of your TRX. You got a user's manual, explains how to put the batteries in, audio alert, vibrate alert, ground balance, talks about how to power on. Gives great little illustrations on how to pinpoint. Gonna unscrew the back here. It's a little bit thicker at the top than the Garrett. There's the inside. The cap has an O-ring on it for water sealing. Always good to get a little bit of like O-ring lubricant, silicate gel or silicate grease. Down in there, there is a plus on the right and a minus on the left. The battery is then marked negative and positive. So I wanna make sure to line up that correctly. Screw this into the back there. Nice and tight. I'll keep my 9-volt adapter somewhere else. And that's on. Tapping once to turn on. You've got a nice little light. I've come out to my porch to talk about how you can set the different sensitivity levels on the White's TRX. It's something that was completely omitted from the manual, which is strange. Gonna turn it on. Gonna hold it in for 2 sets of beeps. Gonna let go this time and then hold it in again for a bit longer till it cycles through the power depths. So that's 4, that's 1, that's 2, and I'm going to leave it on 3 beeps and let go of it. So that's how you set the different amount of depths on the White's TRX. When you want to change it from beep to not beep to beep and vibrate, you turn it on, you're going to hold it in for a bit and not take your finger off. So it's going to cycle through beep and vibrate, just beep, and just vibrate. I'm going to shoot a quick unboxing video of the Garrett Pro Pointer AT. I want to show you what you get in the box. All-terrain pinpointer, waterproof to 10 feet or 3 meters. It's got the sealed battery cover. It's got a lanyard loop to attach a lanyard to. A waterproof speaker, which is great. You don't have to put tape over the speaker to make it waterproof anymore. The on-off switch, the LED flashlight, exclusive scraping blade, 360-degree detection area, and a pinpointing tip. Pull this out. Got your Garrett right here. Comes with a battery already installed in it. Let's see what else is in the box. Got a kind of the standard holster. This has been a really nice design. Got a really nice color manual. Tells you how it works. Got a sticker, says Garrett Metal Detectors 50 years, a warranty. The button's a lot better made this time. It's actually a firmer of a button, the old one's kind of mushy. In comparison, as you can see, the Garrett's about 1 inch shorter than the White's. I think the White's is kind of thicker down the shaft, thicker down the pinpointer a little bit. The Garrett's really only thick and then starts to taper in pretty much a lot quicker. The Garrett definitely feels a little bit smaller in your hand. The Pro Pointer and the Garrett AT are pretty much both exactly the same form factor. So there's the Pro Pointer and the Garrett AT along with the White's. So as you can see from my hand there, definitely the White's feels bigger. Has a ruler on the side. Can you guys see the ruler there? Going from 1 inch up to 8. And I suppose then about 9 is the cap, 10 is total. The Garrett AT has that 1 inch, 2 inch on up to 8. So the end of it's about 9. Like the Garrett AT, it has a lost pinpointer alarm. You got that nice bright orange cap.
versus a completely orange pinpointer. Now this does retail for 150. The Garrett AT about 125, and the Garrett Pro Pointer about 110. You can also probably buy tips for this. I know you can get tips for the end of the Garrett Pro Pointer AT. For the Garrett, I know you can get entire pinpointer condoms on eBay and such, where the entire pinpointer goes inside a casing. I just don't move dirt with this. If you just get in there and touch around like you're supposed to, your pinpointer is pretty much never going to wear out. This is my Pro Pointer going on like 4+ years of use. And as you can see, it's in perfect shape. So to turn this on, you just hit the button once. You want to do it away from any metal. I guess my first impression of the whites is it's a little hard to feel for the button. It's so flush that I'm kind of used to being able to find the button quicker on my Garrett. I'm having to like kind of look for it more as I press it on this. Quick air test. Got a quarter, got a clad quarter. I start at 8 inches. Obviously it's not going to go to 8, but it should hit around 2. That's at 2 inches, you got full beeping. It's just starting to beep at about 2.5 inches. The Garrett has 3 different settings for depth, and I do frequently go between setting 2 and setting 3, which is the maximum amount of depth. You hold it down for a few seconds, it goes into a setup mode, then you hit the button once, it tells me it's in the middle setting. That's the most sensitive, so I'm going to leave that on for a second until it resets. Alright, so now that it's on, I'm going to put that on 0. Come down here with my quarter. So that's just starting to tweak at about 2 1/4 on the maximum setting. Now it's fully on at about 2, but it's just starting to tweak at about 2 1/4. On the lowest setting, it's starting to tweak at about 3/4 of an inch. And then finally we're going to do this on the medium, which I tend to use most. So it's starting to tweak just a little bit over 1.5 inches, and it's fully on at 1.5 inches. You can't turn it on near metal and have it then be a little bit desensitized. See that? I turned it on with the metal object in front of it on a setting of 2, where it was grabbing at 1 3/4 or 1.5 inches. Now it's not even grabbing up to 1. It's now like detuned a little bit to be even less distance in detection. So you can hold the Garrett near your metal object, turn it off, turn it back on, and then you've got an even narrower beam even though you're still in that double setting. Once I'm close, I can tap the button just once and I've lowered my depth. Getting real close, tapping the button once. See that? I've now dropped my sensitivity under about 1 inch. So one big difference between, say, the Garrett Pro Pointer AT or the regular Garrett Pro Pointer versus the Bullseye TRX is that both the Garretts can detect with the tip, and then they also can detect side scan. So say this is my towel and I've got my dirt out of the hole and I'm kind of sweeping around. It is really nice to kind of side scan this. So there is a bit of a side scan at the base of the whites, and then there's a dead zone. I'm hearing it all the way down the edge of the Garrett. I still haven't completely gotten used to having to hold the button in on the Garrett Carrot to get it to turn off. I missed the just simple on and press to off of the Pro Pointer. And honestly, I don't know why Garrett, White, or MindLab haven't invented this. Make a holster that turns the pinpointer off when you put it in, and then when you pull it out, it turns it on. Off, on. That's what we want in the metal detecting world. I don't want to have to press a button. I just want to reach back, pull it out, have it be on, detect my object. Once I put it back in, it turns itself off. How hard would that be? You heard it from me first. You're welcome. The other thing I really don't like about Garrett is The new Garrett, they made the top of it rough and the bottom of it smooth, which means the top of mine's dirty all the time. All the time. I can't just scrub it with my hands. So the nice thing about the TRX, I can tell already, is it's slick, nice slick plastic. It's not going to retain dirt like the top of the Garrett does. The bottom is nice and clean. You can pretty much see the top of my Garrett's kind of dingy and the bottom is nice and clean. The only thing I found to work is steel wool. I scrubbed the top of it with steel wool. That actually gets that dirt out of that rough plastic. Why, Garrett? Why? Anyway, fully waterproof. Nice that, you know, the original Garrett Pinpointer is not fully waterproof, and I had to tape the speaker with electrical tape to make it so that I can rinse it under the water and quiet it down just a little bit. The Garrett Carrot, I have liked it so far. I don't like that there's so much stuff to cycle through to go from medium power to full power. So I'm going to turn it on. I know it's on medium sensitivity because it beeped twice for me. I want to turn it to maximum sensitivity. I got to hold this down until I get that sound, then tap it. Now it's at maximum. Listen how long it is before it resets. That's kind of a long time. I wish it was a bit quicker. Now I'm on max and I want to go to what I usually use, which is medium. Got to hold this in. Tap for 3. Vibrate 1, vibrate 2, vibrate 3, beep and vibrate 1, beep and vibrate 2, and then wait for it to reset. Just to go from max to medium. Now, when I'm in my hole and I want to turn it down, I just tap the button once. And now I'm less sensitive. Now, how do I get back to full sensitivity? Tap the button once. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. Here's me in the field. I'm going to turn it on. I know I'm on maximum. I'm going to hold it to the ground and tap it once to ground balance. I'm going to start looking for my target. I'm going to start narrowing it down about 3 inches, just under. When I'm really close and I want to help pinpoint it a bit more, I'm going to tap the button once, which will lower the sensitivity. Right? Then I find my object and I just tap it once and I'm back to maximum sensitivity. Don't have to go cycle through all that crap. Really appreciate you watching, and I want to again thank Treasure Mountain Detectors and Heath Jones and Ed for sending me this TRX for review. It's definitely a cool pinpointer if you want to do that sort of flashlight bit of detecting, and it goes deeper than the Garrett. To me, it's tied for first as the best pinpointer you can get with the Garrett Carrot. It really just comes down to your preferences of what you like, and whether you like side scan or whether you like max depth. Check out my resource page on metal detecting at mdgear.com. Also, you can go to metaldetectinggear.com. Plenty of resources there. A great history of detecting to check out. There's reviews on gear. There's links to forums, YouTube channels, and all this stuff. This has been Damien for MD Gear. Thanks for watching.